Yo, what's happening, everybody? Oh God, man, messed up. Yo, what's happening, everybody? How y'all doing this fine morning? All right, man, I'm back with another simulation. Should be a good game. Baseball's been getting really good and interesting. It's just beginning of the season, but hey, I got one for y'all. It was a pretty good game yesterday, so today should be a recap, or not a recap, but the next game of the series. You got the Rangers versus the Mariners, so check it out. Sit back and enjoy, y'all. Let's make this happen.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. An AL West matchup on the show. It's the Texas Rangers taking on the Seattle Mariners. First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about set to go. And on the hill in this one, Bryce Miller. What should we keep an eye on here?
It's got that splitter, and it's a pitch that swings and misses, come fast, and they come often. Very difficult to pick up out of his hand.
Here is Marcus Semien. In there at the knees, and this one is off and running. 0-1. The wide to kick the pitch.
No, that missed. 1-1.
And 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. That was the sweeper, but it missed.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. That one the other way. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. One up, one down. And now we take a look at the Rangers lineup. And Chris, this group has been struggling to put up runs lately.
Well, they haven't been on base a ton, and even when they are, they haven't been hitting very well with the runners on base. So they need a player or two to really step up, have some quality at bats, hit according to the situation, and sort of break out of this. I think if they do, the rest of this lineup will follow.
Corey Seager in the box now. No balls and a strike. One out, base is empty. And foul ball. Gets a piece and stays alive. And that's downstairs and outside.
These first 2 hitters really making him work out there. Already 14 pitches this inning.
One down, base is empty. Fouls it off, still 1-2.
Now he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
The 1-2. Warning track, wall, and you can touch them all, baseball man. He sends it out of here. His 4th home run of the season. The Rangers score first. It's 1-0.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
Base is empty, 1 away. Now it's the DH, Josh Smith. That's off the mark, and it's 1-0. He swings and fouls one off. The 1-1 is fouled off.
Some real good life going through the zone on that one.
Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
The right fielder, Adolis.
So digging in, Adolis Garcia. Pickoff move to first, and he's back in there. And that one fouled off. And a swing and a miss there.
0-2.
First inning going a bit long. 23 pitches to this point. That one missed.
That's a ball.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. Just
Ball, that's
missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Stays alive.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball. It's slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Look out!
That hit him.
And
Batter,
he hit
take
him.
your base.
He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. And the batter now, Jock Peterson. And he swings and misses at the initial offering.
You're
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage.
That one ripped. Out of here. It's their 2nd home run of the inning, and they add on. It's 4-0. 2 pitches, 2 swings, that one for a home run.
Looking to be aggressive all the way, and it paid off for him in a big way.
Chris, that ball came out hot So let's see what StatCast has to say.
Yeah, it really did, Boog. 111 miles per hour off the bat, and a really nice launch angle as well. Just a beautiful swing from start to finish.
Here's Josh Young. Inside, just missed.
Well, it's not the inning he was planning on to begin this start, but you've got to find a way to shake things off and give your team some length and put up some zeros.
Fought off foul. Still only one out here in the inning. Next pitch is downstairs.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out. Get as much as you can. Give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
3-1.
Yeah, that one is inside and it's ball 4.
Take your base.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally prepared, knowing that if it's not on a tee, you're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
Jake Berger, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Just off the inside edge. And a swing and a miss.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
This one drilled to left. No doubt about it as they add on more. Gone. A 2-run homer. Their 3rd home run of the inning. And they boost their lead. It's 6-0. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
Comes the Mariners manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Bryce Miller gives way, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this. New pitcher on now, Casey Legumina.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
So 1 out, nobody on. Jonah Heim stepping in for the Rangers. And that's a little bit high. Ball 1. And there's a ball.
2-0.
And another ball. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it could be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at bat turns out.
That's ball 4. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
Well, just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Man at first with 1 gone. Here's Leody Taveras. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1.
0-1.
Man at first, 1 away. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now.
0-2.
Fastball is outside. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Well, that's that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Simeon stands in now and watches strike one. Fastball for a strike. And it's 0-2.
An at bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
And down by strikes he goes. Inning over. Although plenty of damage done. So in the end, 10 come to the plate. 6 of them come around to score. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Rangers 6 and the Mariners nothing. And we're back. And starting in this one, Jacob deGrom.
4-pitch guy. He's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here, and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early, or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order, and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
Julio Rodriguez, the leadoff batter, as he swings through it for strike one.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
And now we check out the Mariners lineup. Big challenge for them today as they take on a pitcher who brings electric stuff and really racks up the strikeouts.
Yeah, and it's all about making good contact against a pitcher like this. You're not going to get very many pitches to hit in an at-bat, maybe even in a game. So you got to be ready, zoned in the spot where you think you've got the best chance, and jump all over it. Might be the first pitch in the at-bat, so you better walk up there ready from the jump. If they can make early, consistent contact, I think they'll have a much better shot against him.
That one fouled off. Breaking ball misses down and away. That misses the zone. Ball 2.
Wow, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Good eye in that spot.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I'll tell you what, he earned that walk.
Now the Mariners catcher, Cal Raleigh. That one misses. That's 5 straight.
You know, Raleigh made history in 2023. He had a game with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs, becoming the first catcher in Mariners history to do that. Speaking of dingers, he's the second fastest to 50 home runs in Seattle history. Only A-Rod needed fewer games.
That missed by a lot. And the count is even, 2-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Outside. Polanco stands at first with 1 out. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Here comes a 3-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and he got him. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Now it's Randy Arozarena. And that one almost hit him. Two outs.
That's a ball. 2 balls, no strikes.
And that's down and away. So now 2
That's
on
ball 4. Take your
and
base.
2 outs.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder the entire at bat.
The right fielder, Luke.
And now the right fielder, Luke Raley. Misses again, 5 in a row.
Well, lots of pitches thrown in this first inning. It's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length if he just cleans up his mechanics a little bit.
Two aboard, 2 outs. The 1-1 is fouled off. Next one misses. Now 2-2.
2-2.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Mariners leave a couple, still up against a 6-0 deficit. And welcome back to the ballpark. Seager stands in now.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
Legumina back to work. Now a screamer into the outfield. Stretches out and hauls it in.
Sometimes you want to be aggressive early in the at bat. He was right there. Hard line out. First pitch of the inning. No reward, but hey, you got to keep swinging it.
Josh Smith will hit next. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Ball 1
That's
there.
a ball.
Next pitch is outside. Our umpire behind the plate, Jerry Hillsdale. High praise for Jerry when we talk to people around the game.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Boog. He's very straightforward, very consistent back there. So most of the time, you're not even going to think about him. That's a good thing.
Ball.
And another ball. How much were you aware of the umpire scouting report, or even who was going to be umpiring?
Not a whole lot. I mean, there were a couple of umpires that weren't real good. But outside of that, you just kind of went into the game, especially back when I was playing.
Slice the other way. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all 4 umpires, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
0-1.
That's great.
Smith over at first with 1 away. And there's a foul ball. Here's Jack Peterson. He's already homered here in this one. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Peterson just got a piece of it.
That's a ball. 1-2.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. So 1 hit is all they get. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Rangers 6 and the Mariners nothing. Back in Seattle, and now it's Rowdy Tellez.
The first baseman.
It's always fun showing up to the ballpark on a day DeGrom is pitching. He's widely regarded as one of the most dominant pitchers in the league. And when he's at his best, he's setting the standard for the entire league.
Here comes a pitch. That's in for a strike.
This is one of those times when you want to be aggressive. Go ahead and pitch to contact. Let the defense work behind you. You've got a nice, comfortable lead. Don't try to be too fine.
Right through there for a strike.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or the location of this next pitch is going to be.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Well, that's such a critical pitch in terms of execution right there. The pitcher has to finish it. Otherwise, probably gets hit pretty hard. If you leave that out over the plate or you don't get it down enough, quickly turns into something that gets smoked. But if you can place it where he did, it's a really deceptive pitch.
Pitch misses, and 1-1.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
In the air, left field, down the line, and there's 2 away.
Batting 8, the second baseman, Leo Rivas.
Now it's the second baseman, Leo Rivas, trying to pick up his first knock in the big leagues. That misses the
that's
zone.
low.
Ball 1.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
And that's
That's
downstairs.
low. That's a ball.
And the count is 2-0. Just
Nope.
missed.
Ball.
Two out, space is empty. And there's the automatic.
Looks like a really good fastball today. You can hear that catcher's mitt popping. Looking forward to hearing a lot of that one in this one.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Peterson makes the grab. Nothing across here this half. We head on down to the top of the third. It's the Rangers 6 and the Mariners nothing. All set for the start of the inning. Now the third baseman, Josh Young. That one outside.
Ball.
And that's ball 1. Activity in the bullpen. Ryan Wu, the young right-hander, up and throwing.
Hee-haw.
In the air, right field. Raley sizes this one up. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
The first baseman, number 21, Jake.
And now it's Jake Berger to hit. He's already homered in this game.
He's definitely a talented player. He can hit the ball a mile, and they're just hoping for him to have some more consistency so he can establish that next level here in the big leagues.
First pitch misses.
That's a ball.
Berger measures 6 feet 2 inches, hitting 7th in today's lineup, and they went out and made a trade for him last season.
Nope. Ball.
Just missed. Hard ground ball, base knock.
The catcher, number 20.
Man at first, and now the switch hitting catcher, Jonah Heim, walked his first time. In the air, left field. That's out number 2.
The center fielder, number 3, Leody Taveras.
Up next for the Rangers, Leody Taveras. He struck out swinging in his first at bat. That's in there. 0-1. Two outs.
Low ball. Yeehaw!
Squirts away a little bit.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The next
No,
offer
that
misses.
That's a ball.
2-2. Berger leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And that's
Full
too
count.
high.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Throw over to Tellez, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. 1 left for Texas. They lead it though 6-0. Back at T-Mobile Park. Now it's the shortstop, J.P. Crawford.
J.P. Crawford.
And he takes a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch
0-1.
he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
And now the 0-1. Way
1 ball, 1
inside,
strike.
gets out of the way.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
And down on strikes. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Well, I've always said it's tough. An elevated fastball you see so well, hard to lay off of. Well, when you're talking about 100 miles per hour, chances of catching up are next to none. So you see that one just blown right by him. I think you're going to have to start a lot earlier if you're going to catch up to that speed.
Center field. Taveras settles under it. Drops into the glove. And there are 2 down.
The batter, number 7. Designated hitter, Jorge.
The batter now, Jorge Polanco. Worked a walk in his first trip to the plate.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
0-1.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
Way high with that one. Now 1-2. Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. Heim gathers, throws to first, in time. So the drop third strike doesn't hurt him, and that's that. And we're back. Now it's Marcus Semien.
The second baseman, Marcus Semien.
Here's something cool, Boog. When they finished building T-Mobile Park back in 1999, they actually opened it up in the middle of the season. I remember as a rookie with the Chicago White Sox, we opened the season at the Kingdome, and then when we came back later in the year, we were playing at T-Mobile Park. It's a beautiful place, great scenery from center field, and I always enjoyed playing here.
Liner, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
The batter, number 5, shortstop.
Corey Seager now. The Dodgers made him a first-round pick back in 2012.
18th overall that year for Seager, Boog, and Carlos Correa, Byron Buxton, Marcus Stroman, just a few other first-rounders from that class. I'd say pretty solid group.
Just off the outside edge. Now 2-0. Liner, and this could be trouble. Semien on the way to third. Coming home. He will score.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
So a man aboard. Josh Smith digs in now. He's 2 for 2. That one misses. And that's ball 1.
1-0.
No outs. Runner on second. Out to short. Crawford. Fires over to first. That's the first out in the top of the 4th.
The batter, the right fielder, Adolis.
Next to bat, the Texas cleanup hitter, Adolis Garcia.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
On the ground. Fires across the diamond, and Garcia is out. And Jack Peterson stands in. Peterson just got a piece of it. And that one is inside ball 1. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. In the air out towards right center. Rodriguez settles under it. And that is that. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. And midway in the 4th, it's the Rangers 7 and the Mariners nothing. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now for Seattle, Cal Raleigh. He is at the top of the game in terms of defense at the catching spot. Swing and a ground ball. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. No throw, and the defense comes away with nothing.
Now batting, left field.
Man at first, nobody out. At the plate, Randy Arozarena. He reached out a walk his first time. Fastball for a strike.
0-1.
Next pitch
Nope,
is
that's outside. Ball.
Raleigh aboard here at first with nobody out. Outside
Ball.
low. Now 2 balls and a strike.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and
Right
you get it
two.
right where you want it.
2-2's the count.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Going back, won't get to this one. It drops foul. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
On the ground,
That's
right
foul.
side, and that's just foul. Good battle here, about to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat.
Count is full.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Cut on and miss, struck him out. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
Raley takes
That's
a ball
down,
as he
that's a
stands
ball.
in for the second time. Inside.
No, that's it.
And now 2-0. Late swing, foul to the left. The Rangers up big in this one. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. That one fouled off, 2-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Next offering
Got a
is
full count.
outside. And ball 4
Nope, that's
to
ball
aboard.
4. Runner, take your base.
Well, a great back and forth in that at bat. He had to lay off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
Telez
That missed,
in the
that's a
box
ball.
here lets that one go for a ball.
Here's an
1-0.
opportunity. If you're going to get back in this game, you have to take advantage of this situation. This feels like their chance.
And that's in for a strike. And a count 1-1.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
Two.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. That misses the zone, and that's ball 3.
Full count.
8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Got it. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already. So this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
And up next for Seattle, Miles Mastrobuoni. He's 0 for 1. And a foul ball.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, guys aren't touching it.
Bullpen action for the Rangers. Robert Garcia, the young lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Swings through that one.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. 98 miles per hour on the gun. Mariners leave a couple. They continue to trail 7-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top 5, John Shambi with Chris Singleton. And leading it off, Josh Young. Legumina back to work. And that's off the inside edge. And that is ball 1.
Well, these Rangers putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Here's a high chopper. On the run, sends it over to first. Nicely done for the out.
Impressive backhand stop, but he had a little trouble getting rid of it and had to take that extra step, which could have cost him. But good job to make sure he got a good handle on it, and he got off a good, strong throw to still get the out.
Jake Berger, the next to hit. Just missed.
That's up.
One down, base is empty. Bounce to the right. Throw over to Tellez. And the first 2 set down in the top of the 5th. 2 down, base is empty. Now the catcher for the Rangers, Jonah Heim. Just
that
missed.
missed. That's the ball.
Two down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th.
That's the ball.
Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0. He's put himself in a really good spot.
That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1.
He's mixing his pitches really well. Late on that fastball after seeing the changeup. See if he can elevate one. I think if he does, he'll get the swing and miss.
Just missed.
3-1.
The other way, makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3, go the Rangers. But they're still in control. It's 7-0. Back now to start the bottom of the 5th, and taking over on the mound, Robert Garcia.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him. And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level. Well, these Mariners, they just haven't been able to put the bat on the ball as often as they'd like. The strikeout has been a big issue, but at least they're going down swinging. Got to get the ball in play, though. It's time to change up the approach to focus on making simple contact and just go from there.
Towards first, and that one finds its way through. And a good start to the inning.
Now batting, shortstop, J.P.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, J.P. Crawford. And that drops in for a strike. Runner at first with no outs here. Next offering way off the plate. The 1-1 is fouled off. Lifted in the air out to left. Peterson makes the grab.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Back to the top of the lineup, Julio Rodriguez. Up next for the Mariners. 0 for 2 in this one. Fastball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. The Mariners knew what they had. Signed him in July of 2017 for a little under $2 million when Rodriguez was just 16 years old out of the Dominican Republic. Puts it away for the out. 2 down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
So 2 down now, and here is Jorge Polanco. In there at the knees. That's strike 1.
Well, this looks like it's going to be a wasted opportunity. It's frustrating when you get the leadoff man on, but you can't get him into scoring position. They're going to need a big knock. Try to put something up on the board.
Hit in the air out to center field. Tavares settles under it. He makes the grab, and that ends the inning. 1 left for Seattle. Not going their way. It's 7-0. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Ryan Wu, hasn't pitched in the last 3 days.
Ryan Wu.
Here's the center fielder, Leody Taveras.
Leody Taveras.
What a stop. Over to first, and they get the out.
The batter number 2, second baseman, Marcus.
Here's the second baseman, Marcus Semien. 1 for 3. For Marcus Semien, probably the biggest adjustment and improvement he's made has been on defense. Semien made 35 errors as a shortstop in 2015 with the Athletics, and by the time 2021 came around, he won a Gold Glove with the Blue Jays. Action in the bullpen for Seattle. Colin Snyder preparing to come on if needed. Lawrence also getting ready. The 0-1. Headed towards the corner. And that's a foul ball. And a good eye there.
Inside.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
And it's even up. Went with the
Got a full
sweeper,
count.
but it misses. Got him swinging.
Came inside with that two-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. The Rangers up big in this one, and we're the top half of the 6th. And he swings through that one. Raleigh down to first. Got him. Inning over on the strikeout. 3 up, 3 down that time. Heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up. It's the Rangers 7 and the Mariners nothing. Bottom of the 6th, and stepping in for the Mariners, Cal Raleigh. Raleigh goes 6 feet 3 inches, 28 years old, and he was a 3rd-round pick back in 2018. Some activity in the bullpen for Texas. Sean Armstrong appears to be getting loose. Martin also throwing. 0-1. And that is out of play. Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
So now it's the Mariner cleanup hitter, Randy Arozarena. A strikeout and a walk. Just
That's the
missed.
ball.
Base is empty,
1 out.
away here in the bottom of the 6th. There's the swing and a miss.
1-1.
That's
Nope,
off the
that's
inside
in.
corner. 2-1. Foul ball. One down, base is empty. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
And now for Seattle, Luke Raley. He is struck out, and he is walked. First pitch
That's the
doesn't
ball.
find the zone.
Well, it's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
And
That's a
another
ball.
ball. Two down, nobody on.
Here.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field, and it falls.
The first move felt like a bit of a guess. You have to be right in those spots or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
So 2 down, and here's the first baseman, Rowdy Tellez, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Fastball for a strike. Next offering is fouled back. And now
Inside,
1 and
ball.
2.
I don't think he was trying to miss by that much in an 0-2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
Raley off of first with 2 away. Breaking ball in there, got him looking. That K is his 3rd of the game. This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
I'm game.
Were we on script?
Never.
Singy, you grew up in the Bay Area. Did you have a favorite player as a kid?
Yeah, I love the A's lineup. I mean, guys like Ricky Henderson, Dave Kingman, Terry Steinbach. I mean, you just go on and on. Tony Armas. Just some tremendous rosters back then. And I loved as a kid getting on the BART train, the Bay Area Rapid Transit, pulling up right there to the stadium and then going in and watching the game.
That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. You also had the pleasure of going over and hitting and taking batting practice at a big leaguer's house. Who was that?
Yeah, Willie McGee, one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion.
He lived in your neighborhood.
Yeah, his folks live right down the street from me, and that's where his batting cage was. I used to look out of my backyard down the hill and just dream of one day maybe being able to go over and hit with them. And that dream became a reality when I was drafted by the San Francisco Giants.
That one lifted to left. The Rosarena after it. Hauls it in, and there's 1 away.
Now batting, right fielder,
Adolis Garcia now at the plate. Up and in, and it's 1-0.
1-0.
Next offering is fouled back. One down, base is empty. Pitch misses. 2-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. 2 outs, base is empty. Next up for Texas, Jock Peterson. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes.
Peterson just got a piece of it. The 1-1. And strike 2.
Well, 2 outs and a chance to put up a 0 on the scoreboard here, and that's not something that's come easy for this staff in this one.
So Jack is retired on strikes. So they make short work of him there. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Rangers 7 and the Mariners nothing. Bottom of the inning. Here's the third baseman, Miles Mastrobuoni. Missed with a changeup. Ball 1.
1-0.
Strike one.
1-1.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. That one missed.
Ball.
Really good slider. He's up there just hoping that it ends up off the plate away.
Cracks his bat and pops him up. Young makes the play, and there's one down.
Now batting, second baseman.
And up next for Seattle, Leo Rivas. 1 for 2. And first offering is fouled off. Right side, Berger. He takes it on his own. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, the shortstop, J.P. Crawford.
2 down, base is empty. J.P. Crawford will hit next. And that misses.
Missed. That's the ball.
And that's ball 1.
1-0.
2 down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Slapped hard the other way, but foul. And that one fouled off. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Next pitch,
No,
a
that
slider
missed. That's
that
a
misses
ball.
outside.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. On the outside corner, got him looking. Ready to begin the 8th. Now the third baseman, Josh Young. Woo back to work. Right through there for a strike.
Well, they say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike one. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives you a little bit more confidence to move through the at-bat.
Ball.
Some activity in the Mariners bullpen. Gabe Spire, the left-hander, up and throwing. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
I think he was a
1
little
ball, 2
excited
strikes.
there. Saw the fastball, but needed a step ladder to get to that one. He's going to have to tighten it back up if he wants to have a good at-bat.
Inside, just missed.
He's great hitting the
2-2.
ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
The first baseman,
And now the first baseman, Jake Berger. This ball's chopped on the ground. Mastroboni to first.
He's out.
And a couple of quick outs.
the catcher, number 28, Jonah Heim.
2 outs, base is empty. So next to hit for Texas, Jonah Heim. Outside low, ball 1. Swing and a miss.
Kelly just threw that fastball by
One
him,
ball, one strike.
elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Up and in,
ball.
and a count 2-1. Just
No,
missed.
that's down. Ball.
Swing and a ball popped up. Crawford makes the play, and it's out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Rangers 7 and the Mariners nothing. Back in Seattle, and now it's Julio
The
Rodriguez.
center fielder, Julio Rodriguez.
Check
Here,
swing,
one.
and he went. Strike 1.
No balls. 1 strike.
And that's
That's a ball.
outside.
1-1.
Pulls that one foul. Next pitch is
Ball.
outside. Right side. That gets down for a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
The batter, number 7.
Now at the plate, Jorge Polanco. A switch hitter batting right.
Polanco.
Late on that fastball.
Well, here's a good opportunity
It's
in this
0-1.
inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
Rodriguez gets his lead at first with nobody out. And it finds its way through for a hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. Ezekiel Duran coming into the game now as the injury replacement.
First base, number 20.
And stepping in for the Mariners, Cal Raleigh.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
This guy, one of the best defensive catchers going. You talk about framing, the ability to block, catch, and throw. He is at the top of the game.
Really good
that
athlete,
missed.
and many times we talk about the feet
1-0.
of infielders. This catcher as well, really quick feet. He's able to recognize the pitch, see the trajectory, and get into a spot where he can block those balls and keep them from going to the
Yeehaw!
Backstop. Swing and a miss. Strike
1-1.
Really impressive with the way he frames, the way that he sets it up, because sometimes those pitches are off the plate, but because he sets up and presents it so well,
Ball!
he steals strikes for his pitcher.
way high there. And the count is 2-2. And as well, lots of pop in that bet. So you combine the slug with really good defense. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Now batting.
So up next, Randy Arozarena. A walk and a pair of strikeouts. And first offering is fouled off. And a foul ball. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Garcia heads after it. Squeezes it. Runner tags at second, and he moves up a base. So 2 away with runners at the corners.
The right fielder, number 20, Luke Raley.
Now it's the right fielder, Luke Raley. In the air, left side. Peterson in position. He's got it, and that'll do it. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Gabe Spire.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
And now, Leody Taveras. 0 for 3 in this one. And that's off the outside edge.
Outside.
And that is ball 1. Action in the bullpen for Seattle. Colin Snyder getting loose out there. The changeup missing, and that's ball 2.
If you're the pitcher, you've got to go right at this guy. It's the number 9 hitter in the lineup. You can't be afraid of contact in this situation.
That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. Swing and a liner foul off to the right. Got him looking. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
3rd time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
So digging in, Marcus Semien. That one is absolutely belted. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
Man at second with 1 away. Here's Siegs to the plate now. That one pushed to the left and foul. Semien, the runner at second with 1 away. Hammered down the right side, but foul. And that's outside.
No, that's out.
And the count 1-2. Man at second.
2-2.
Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. Next, it'll be the Texas DH, Josh Smith. That just misses,
ball.
and that's ball one. Runner at second, 2 down. Here at the top of the ninth. Next pitch is
ball.
outside.
2 balls, no strikes.
Out to short, Crawford. Tosses to first, and that is that. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. 6, 7, 8 scheduled to start the bottom of the ninth. It's the Rangers 7 and the Mariners nothing. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth, Chris Martin.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Tellez now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Martin measures 6 feet 8 inches. He features a 4-seam fastball, a cutter, a splitter, a sinker, and he works in a slider. Swing and a ball softly hit out into left center. Brings it in. And a quick out, number 1.
Now batting, third baseman, Miles Mastrobuoni.
And now for Seattle, Miles Mastrobuoni. That's in for a strike at 95. 0-1. Martin fills up the zone, forces contact, so not a huge strikeout guy, but he's going to make the hitters beat him. Doesn't issue a lot of walks, so the pressure is really on the batter to make something happen. That misses the zone, and it's a ball and a strike.
1-1.
And although you like the fact that the guy throws strikes, guy gets contact, and not always great contact, the fact that when you have runners on, if that ball's in play, there's still a good chance that a run gets pushed across, whether it's earned or not.
Simeon, toss over to first. 2 up, 2 down. So it's their last chance in this one. And now it's the switch hitting second baseman, Leo Rivas. Lifted to left, and that should do it. And that'll do it. Ball game. The Rangers use 3 pitchers to combine for the shutout.
Well, this team was ready from the first pitch of the ball game, swinging the bats, scoring runs, just very aggressive. I feel like they set the tone, and that tone created a momentum that took them all the way to the finish line. Nice win today.
This one ends 7-0. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.
Alrighty, y'all, that's game. Seems like really one-sided. Rangers pulled it off, 7-0. But simulation is what it is. Maybe it could be a better game tonight. Because yeah, I think last night the Mariners won, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. But anyways, yeah. Hope y'all enjoy. But I'm finna end it here. But I would appreciate it if you follow me on my YouTube or Twitch, _money, all your sport counts. And like I said, I appreciate it, and I appreciate y'all. And until next time.